Well, is this thing going to go now? Oh, I'm running out of space. I see I've got 46 minutes left. All right, well, I'll have to post this stuff and then take it, then remove it because I guess my memory's running low. Okay, let's turn this off. So now you know what I do with my days. No, I mean, it could be worse. I boxing, Gangs of New York, but mostly I'm watching those courses, like the Holy Land and economics and the U.S. Constitution. So I don't know. Why can't I remember the name of these courses? They're and they're not college courses, but they're lectures. But the people that do the lecturing are usually college professors. But anyways, Sliding Doors or Run Lola Run or The Time Traveler's Wife or Slaughterhouse-Five. Now, what happened to the sun? There we go. I guess I got to hold it right. This is my idea. In 1981, I don't want to say I ran away from home, but I left home and I went to California. I got off in LA. I walked around the bus station and I thought to myself, I must have heard gunfire and screaming, and the air was so thick with pollution. I just says, Bill, you're not going to last 1 minute here. I got off in San Francisco and I heard gunfire and screaming. I was in the Tenderloin, of course. And I barely survived San Francisco. But this screenplay or this story that I'm working on is like, what if I had gotten off in LA and instead of trying to be, I was going to be a revolutionary. What was I thinking of? I was going to start a revolution. Ronald Reagan, I was going to go underground. I had these crazy delusional ideas. I went to school, became a political science major, then went into law. I never finished law school. But what instead if I'd gone to LA and tried to be an actor or a comedian? I probably wouldn't have lasted very long. But say in this alternate universe, instead of just being like a failed lawyer or a failed market research, just a failed office worker or a failed academic, I'd actually had a career in movies, like say, be science fiction or comedy or just something minor, but I think that might make an interesting story. Maybe I knew that guy in The Evil Dead, the Campbell guy. Alexa, who starred in The Evil Dead? Bruce Campbell? Alexa, who starred in The Evil Dead?
Evil Dead's cast members are Murray Pease, Anna Marie Thomas, Lily Sullivan, Noah Paul, Alyssa Sutherland, Morgan Davis, Nell Fisher, Billy Reynolds, M.C. Carthy, Ty Warner, Jaden Daniels, Mark Mitchinson, Melissa Shiad, Bruce Campbell, Jane Lake, Shiloh Fernandez, and 102 more.
Should have mentioned Bruce Campbell first. All right, but say I starred in cheesy science fiction movies or had a minor career like an extra in Caddyshack or something, or I knew Rodney Dangerfield, almost was in Living Color. And instead of being a has-been office worker or lawyer, I end up a has-been actor or comedian. That's one story. The other story is, in an alternate universe, instead of just sitting here on the couch and watching television, I get on a bus again and I go to Los Angeles as Los Angeles literally dies. It's on fire. It's burning. I mean, I don't know if you've watched, but it's not like it was in the 80s. In the 80s, Los Angeles was probably, a hellhole, but it was like vibrant. It was Beverly Hills Cop. It was 48 Hours. It was, what are some other movies? To Live and Die in LA. Now on YouTube they show you around LA and it's like abandoned. The city's abandoned. It's just drug addicted zombies walking around. So anyways, in this screenplay I was thinking, as I get off of the bus in LA and sort of wander amongst, what am I going to do? End up just one of these ranting homeless people, just another person covered in crap living in a tent. But Donald Trump in this alternate universe declares martial law and starts rounding up all the Hollywood stars and all the drug addicts. They do round me up and they test me. He goes, well, he's not on any drugs, and I think he's retired, so he must get Social Security. We've got so many people in the camps. We'll not take him. He's not a star. He's not on Donald Trump's political hit list, and he's not a drug addict. So he's low priority. Just toss him out. And this is the funny aspect of the story in the alternate universe. And it's tied in with the other alternate universe where I was a has-been, just a B-grade actor, a B-grade comedian. I make a comeback. I haven't flushed it out yet, or maybe I just become famous because all the other stars have been rounded up and put in political enemies camps. And they notice that I'm not a registered Democrat, I'm a registered independent. And I bullshit my way out of it. Yeah, both parties suck. Oh, but Donald Trump, he's great. Yeah, I voted for him. No, I didn't. But anyways, I bullshit my way out of it. So anyways, there's nobody left in Hollywood. They've arrested all the movie moguls for doing, for being sexually assaulting the starlets. They've arrested all the starlets for being left wing. And there's hardly anybody left in Hollywood but Jon Voight and Dennis Miller and, Bruce Willis is sick. But it's just Republicans. And they were kind of boring. So they need somebody. So maybe I could either become famous or make it look in this alternate universe like I had been a has-been at one time. And now I'm making my comeback. And at the end of the movie, as Hollywood dies and burns, I do that thing they do the producers where I go and do my comedy routine in one of the internment camps for all the political prisoners. Someone's going to watch this and steal my idea, but that's all right. At least I had an idea. I haven't flushed out the details. But let's face it, Trump's talking about an enemies list, and he's talking about rounding up illegal aliens. Hopefully they won't round up Danny Trejo or Selma Hayek. But I mean, it could be bad if he's like Hitler and does exactly what he says he's going to do, and he has an enemies list. Hopefully, I'm not on it. I hope I'm not on anybody's enemies list. But that would be a story, right? Like in an alternate universe, instead of going to San Francisco, I go to LA and become like a second-rate B-level action hero or comedian, like a sidekick. Not even an action hero, just like a sidekick. A stupid sidekick that tells jokes. And then later on, in this universe, I'm just sitting watching television. And I fade in and I start watching my movie from the alternate universe. Because maybe I'm getting a little senile. And it's about a guy that hops on the bus again. Instead of going to San Francisco, he goes to L.A. And he finds that L.A. is under martial law. They're rounding up all the homeless people and testing them for drugs. And they're rounding up they're rounding up Jimmy Kimmel and Sarah Silverman and that poor woman that had the rant that said that all the Trump voters are fascist. I don't know if she's a movie star. But, a lot of, like, Robert De Niro is in one of those orange jumpsuits. Oh, what's this? LGBT Trump supporter.